Okay, welcome back to another video on this channel. The final day of this Premier League season is about to commence before our very eyes, and of course, as a Chelsea fan, as you can tell, we're looking to claim Champions League football for ourselves with 3 points in front of 10,000 Villa fans at Villa Park against a really solid Aston Villa side who have already confirmed their place in 11th place this season, so it's going to be a really tough game for us. And to be honest, I'm kind of not too optimistic. I think we probably will draw this game, but overall, I hope we win it, because if we do draw, it leaves the door wide open for Leicester City and Liverpool to capitalise as well. It's in our hands and Liverpool's hands as well, but yeah, of course, Leicester City against Spurs at home as well will be looking to, pounce on that if it does, of course, come their way. So yeah, let's just see what happens on this final day of the season. It should promise to be a very entertaining and very dramatic final day, as usually is, and yeah, let's just see what happens. Come on, Chelsea, please, can we just secure top 4, and please don't give me too much anxiety today. That's all I ask for. Okay, so Leicester City have just gone 1-0 up after around 15 minutes against Spurs. Jamie Vardy scoring from the spot, which does actually mean that as it stands, they move up to 3rd, we stay 4th, and Liverpool go 5th, because of course Liverpool are still drawing 0-0 with Crystal Palace at Anfield. But nevertheless, now we really need to start winning this game, because if Liverpool go 1-0 up against Palace, it will start getting nervy, and obviously if we draw and they both win, Leicester and Liverpool, we're not in the top 4 anymore, and we will not qualify for the Champions League unless we do win the Champions League next Saturday night. So honestly, we're controlling the game so far, but it's nothing to really brag about, because we've done that for most games we've played this season, especially under Thomas Tuchel. So yeah, Leicester City 1-0 up against Spurs just makes it a little more nervy from our perspective, I think. I just hope we can score before Liverpool do, because I can't deal with the anxiety of needing to score. Even though we need to score regardless, I think, it would be absolutely incredibly nervous if Liverpool were to score before us, and, we're 5th as it stands. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can take a chance before Liverpool go 1-0 up against Crystal Palace, which probably eventually will happen. So yeah. Oh dear, Liverpool have just taken the lead against Crystal Palace. Sadio Mane has put Liverpool in front, which means at this moment in time, Chelsea are currently 5th and outside the top 4 places, and will not be getting Champions League football through the Premier League. Honestly, boys, this anxiety is now starting to kick in, and yeah, we need a goal. Not quick, because of course we do have a lot of time left, don't get me wrong here, but we do need to score now, because Liverpool are going to go on to probably beat Palace by 2 or 3 or even 4 goals. Leicester City currently lead the Spurs, and I do not trust this Spurs team whatsoever to do us a favour. So yeah, really nervy times here at Villa Park. So yeah, Liverpool take the lead against Crystal Palace. Oh god. Hope rekindled. Leicester City have just conceded to Harry Kane and Spurs at the King Power Stadium. 1-1 in that game. As it stands, Chelsea I think finished 4th, if I do believe. I think Liverpool finished 3rd and Leicester City 5th. Obviously a lot to change, a lot will still happen, a lot more twists and turns to come, but at this moment in time, a little more hope, because of course we are in the top 4 at this moment in time, with the fact that Leicester, sorry, have conceded against Spurs. So yeah, 1-1 in that game. 1-0 Villa. Bertrand Traore against his old club, straight from a corner. Just shambolic defending. What are we at? Aston Villa take the lead, and once again, just 2 minutes after Spurs equalised against Leicester and gave me some breathing room, we're right back into the doldrums of hell. A corner tactic that somehow worked for them. Traore completely scuffs his shot and just comes off the crossbar. Nobody picked him up whatsoever. Really, really nervy times now, because we now, at this moment in time, rely on Spurs getting something from Leicester or Palace somehow coming back against Liverpool at Anfield, which isn't ideal whatsoever. But yeah, Villa 1, Chelsea 0, not what we want to see whatsoever, for God's sake. So that is half time. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 0, and then of course Leicester are drawing 1-1 with Spurs, and Liverpool lead Crystal Palace by a goal to 0. So as it stands, we are still in the top 4, but we are relying on Spurs just holding on against Leicester, which I don't really want to, be in that situation. I want us to be able to secure ourselves with a win. But so far we've been definitely the more dominant side in terms of possession, but as we've seen, multiple times this season in games where we have dropped points, it means absolutely nothing if you can't put the ball in the back of the net, which we haven't managed to do yet. Aston Villa themselves have got back into the game in the second half, or the first half you could say, create a few chances, and the one that counted as well, of course, Traore scoring, which does not put us into good stead whatsoever going into the second half, but hopefully we can just get at least an equaliser, if not a winner, and just secure it for ourselves, because otherwise it is going to be an extremely nervy last 45 minutes. So yeah, let's see what happens. Oh dear lord, no. Leicester City have just regained the lead against Spurs. 2-1. Jamie Vardy once again with the penalty, which means that currently we are not qualifying for the Champions League. Oh my days, it is actually happening. We need to score absolutely badly in this next 15 minutes or so to have any chance, because Leicester City, of course, are probably now going to beat Spurs. I can't see them botting it against Spurs. Liverpool, there's no way in hell they don't pick up 3 points against Crystal Palace, so they're pretty much there. Oh man, we need a goal absolutely quickly or we are in serious danger. I actually don't believe what I'm seeing. Aston Villa have got a penalty. We're actually bottling it. We're actually not getting top four. That is incredibly soft. They'll probably still give it anyway because VAR is just absolutely incompetent. To be honest, in my personal opinion, maybe I'm being a bit biased. I think it's really soft, but to be honest, it probably is more of a penalty than not. I hate to say it, but now Aston Villa are about to fully put us in the mud. Kepa on for Mendy as well in goal for this. Please, Kepa, please. If there's ever anything I want you to do for this football club, please, please just save this. It's gone. We've bottled it. We've bottled it. We've bottled it. We're now relying on Spurs. We've actually gone and bottled it. Everything we've done in these last few months now just gone to utter waste. And we now need to win next Saturday or else it's Europa Dons once again. Lovely, lovely. I love life at the moment. 2-1, 2-1. Ben Chilwell has just scored, just been given over the line. 2-1. We're still very much out of it, so I'm not hoping for too much. Because at this moment in time, unless we somehow score 2 goals in this last 20 minutes, we are relying on Spurs or Crystal Palace to do us a massive favour. But 2-1, we're back in the game. Come on, boys. We have 20 minutes to score 2 goals. It is possible, but my God, is it very improbable. So yeah, come on, boys. Leicester City have conceded a goal. I think Kasper Schmeichel with the OG. It's not gone down as that yet, but I think it will go down as an OG. But nevertheless, it's 2-2 at the King Power Stadium. Spurs are doing us a favour. Please, Spurs, can you just hold on for 10 more minutes? That's all we ask. That's all we ever want you to do for us, is hold on for 10-15 minutes. We're currently in 4th place on goal difference ahead of Leicester. We don't deserve it by any stretch of imagination based on the performance today. But my God, we could be boxing our way into the top 4 through the back door. So come on, Spurs, please hold on for 15 minutes, please. So Liverpool are 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. Sadio Mane has added to his first goal with a second goal, which gives him a brace, which means that Liverpool are now qualified for the Champions League pretty much, barring absolute incredible bottle job in this last 10 minutes. I've actually put on Leicester and Spurs as well as the Chelsea match as well, because at this moment in time we're relying solely on Spurs unless we just completely defy the odds and score 2 goals in this last 10 minutes, which is completely unlikely. But hopefully Spurs can just do us a favour somehow and stick onto a point here within this last 10 minutes of the game. So I've got both games on. Liverpool already there. It's between Chelsea and Leicester in this last 10 minutes, and it's going to go right down to the wire. So yeah, really intense finish here in the Premier League. Come on! Spurs have gone 3-2 up against Leicester. Gareth Bale has just scored. Leicester have completely and utterly bottled it. Unless it gets disallowed from VAR, because it looks like Harry Kane might have handled the ball in the process. I'm on edge here. I'm on edge here. And this is what VAR does best, is make us wait and wait before we can celebrate. It's counted. Come on! Get in! We're getting top 4. Somehow, some way, even though we've pretty much lost this game at this stage. Even if we draw, it's still a really bad result for us personally. But Spurs, I can't believe, have done us a favour unless they completely bottle it in these last 5 minutes or so. So thank you very much, Spurs. I actually really can't believe it. What an unbelievable final day to the Premier League this has been. If everything, of course, stays the same, because based on everything we've seen this season, still things could change. So I'm not going to celebrate too quickly, but it does look like we're somehow, some way on the way to Champions League football next season. So Azpilicueta has just been sent off for apparently putting his arm into Grealish or something. I don't even know what he did, to be honest. We're going to watch it back now in a minute when they show the replay. So Azpilicueta gets fouled, fair free kick from Grealish, and Azpilicueta, that's soft, man. I'm sorry, that is soft. Actually, to be fair, in all fairness, it does look a bit intentional. I'm going to take it back. I think it probably is a red card. It's stupid from Azpilicueta, especially with such an experienced and professional player as he is. And yeah, that means he's gone for the first 3 games, I think, of next season, which, you know, isn't ideal overall, but yeah, it means nothing in the grand scheme of this match and in terms of top 4 overall, because we're basically there with the fact that Spurs are 3-2 up against Leicester. But yeah, Azpilicueta sent off. We're down to 10 men late on in the game, and it looks like Villa will hold on for 3 points on the last day of the season. But yeah, somehow we poxed our way in there. And there we go, Spurs have got a 4th. Gareth Bale once again, 4-2 Spurs. We've somehow, even though we've lost to Aston Villa with 10 men in the rain, it's been horrible vibes at Villa Park, but we've somehow poxed our way into the top 4 with the fact that Spurs have won 4-2 away at Leicester. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we're into the top 4, and that's all that matters. Get in. one last breath for the season, eh? One last breath for the season. We've somehow got ourselves into the top 4 despite losing 2-1 at Aston Villa. And first of all, fair play Aston Villa. They completely deserve the 3 points. We're much the better team. I think they set up absolutely perfectly, defensively organised, ran us off the ground. And yeah, I think Aston Villa, fair play. Got the 3 points. A really poor performance from us. But in the end, it somehow doesn't matter because Spurs have done us a favour. Thanks very much, Tottenham. I will not say a bad word about you all summer. That's probably a lie. But even still, thank you very much for doing us this favour of, you know, letting Leicester bottle the Champions League once again. And yeah, Chelsea and Liverpool take their places in the top 4. Chelsea, of course, finishing 4th. Liverpool in 3rd after their 2-0 win against Crystal Palace, and elsewhere as well. City 5-0 winners against Everton on the final day as well. Sergio Aguero with a brace on his last ever Premier League game, which obviously is great to see from him and, you know, City fans' perspective. But yeah, what a season of ranging emotions, especially today. I mean, that is just an absolutely unbelievable and fitting way to the end of the season, just in terms of the emotions and the shift of emotions overall. I mean, at half-time I was thinking that's us gone, we're Europa League football next season unless we win on Saturday in the Champions League. But nevertheless, we now move on to the Champions League on Saturday. We're looking to take that home after somehow just scraping over the line and limping over the line in the top 4 race. But nevertheless, it will bring us to the end of what has been just an absolutely unbelievable season, even with no fans. And honestly, with the fans being in the grounds for the last 2 games of the season, I think it just sets up really nicely for next season. I can't wait for next season when there's fans, you know, full capacities hopefully in every single Premier League ground, home and away. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely unbelievable. We have a long summer ahead now to prepare for next season in the transfer window. But of course, before that, we do have that game against City on Saturday night, which we hope to, you know, bring our second Champions League home once again.